Okay,
Chris,
second
Chris,
part.
real quick on this one,
Real
Chris, if
quick.
you would.
What do you say to my belief that the only reason the Democrats let Kamala be the nominee was because the party was scared that black women would revolt, despite the fact that she's not a great politician?
Well, listen, as the person who had to oversee that process, and there was a process, nobody else decided that they wanted to step up. That day, it was Jim Clyburn's birthday. He called me that morning, and I thought, because I had texted him earlier to wish him happy birthday, I thought he was just calling me back to say thank you. And he calls me and he says, he said, this is one hell of a birthday. And I said, why? He said, well, I just got a phone with Joe, and Joe called me and said he's not running. I said, Joe Biden? He said, yeah, he's not running. He said, so I don't know if you have a plan, but he's going to put out two statements.
Jamie, no truth to the rumor that Obama tried to get Clyburn not to endorse her, but he jumped the gun so he'd have to.
I'm gonna let Clyburnn talk about his interactions with the president.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will say this: I called shortly thereafter, after Biden announced that he was not going to run. I called anybody who I thought was going to be a legitimate candidate. So Pritzker, Shapiro, Westmore, Whitmer. All those guys, Whitmer. And I asked them, are you going to run? And they all said, no, we are going to support Kamala Harris. Or I just got off the phone with Kamala Harris and I'm supporting her. So, but the process was there for somebody else to get in. They all decided not to.
Chris, thank you. Jamie, if someone else had run, the fact that they were Biden-Harris delegates, would that have made a difference on the first ballot?
No, it wouldn't have, because then the delegates were not pledged to anybody. So somebody could have run. And then I had set up a process where we were going to do some TV, town halls. And then we would have had a process where any of the viable candidates could then present themselves to the delegates. But it was going to be in a 2-week window, Mark. I mean, but it was a process.
Did anybody, to the extent anybody seriously thought about it, who thought about it most seriously?
There was one that thought about it, but I have to save that for my book that's coming out.
All right. See how poker faced you are. Was it Josh Shapiro?
No, it wasn't Josh. Josh was one who told me straight up that he was going to be supporting Kamala.
Because I think your friend Speaker Pelosi, I think, was pretty keen on Josh Shapiro.
Yeah. There were a lot of people who really wanted Josh, and there were talks of Josh and Gretchen Whitmer. The people were talking about Mark Kelly. I mean, there are a lot of different folks that I heard.
Yeah.
But the one stumbling block though, Mark, was if it had been anybody other than Kamala, they would have had to start from ground zero.
Yeah.
Meaning
hire staff, raise the money.
Yes, everything. They couldn't have inherited any of Biden's staff, and that $100 million that we had in the bank, they couldn't use. We would have had to transfer that all over to the DNC, and then the DNC would have to use it, but they really would have had to start from ground zero.
Cozy Earth makes clothes and towels and blankets that couldn't be softer, more comfortable, higher quality, and yet now, inexplicably, because America is great, because America is good, 40% off. 40% off everything on the Cozy Earth website, cozyearth.com. Use the promo code two-way. Buy stuff for yourself. Buy stuff for your family. If you've got a man in your life who you think never really thinks much about his pants, buy him some Cozy Earth pants, and he will thank you, and he will ask you for more. They're extraordinary. The Bubble Cuddle blanket, also extraordinary. The towels, the blankets, the sheets, rather, all extraordinary, all available now to you for 40% off. Go to cozyearth.com. Use the promo code two-way. And if you order by December 12th, you'll get it before Christmas. And if you miss that, you can still use the code two-way, but it's going to go down to 20% off. So act now. If you get the post-purchase survey pop-up and it says, how did you hear about Cozy Earth? Don't put in, don't remember. Don't put in, I think it was on the radio. Put in, you heard about it on two-way. Give the gift of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays and carries into a cozy new year.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and two-way tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.